Everyone, thank you for joining us. So we just wanted to take some time to say thank you for joining us on the conversation that we've had around software modernisation with Codurance. Like you will have heard, we opened the conversation up in episode 1, looking at maybe the drivers, opportunities or problems you might be facing and why you're looking at that software modernisation strategy. And then we went on the journey with the conversation as to then how you would bring the organisation on board when you start to face into it, and how you'd break the problem down and tailor whatever software modernization strategy is best for you based on your architecture and the type of organization you're in, and maybe even your delivery model. So we've really enjoyed having you, and now we want to just take a little bit of time to talk about how Codurance can support you with your software modernization strategy.
So we have clients of all sizes and with many different types of problems. We have from very large and regulated companies like investment banks and pharmaceuticals, all the way to small startups trying to, now that they survived their first year, now they are at that point that they rush, and now they need to stabilize. So we have clients of all different levels, and they need help also at different levels. So we have certain approach for the clients that, for example, they know that they have a lot of work. They say they know that they need to change a lot of things, that they would like to improve a lot of things, but they are not quite sure where to start. So we have some workshops of strategic advice that we can help them with that. And for the smaller ones where we have like they have a very good idea of they want, we can be more specialized in what we do in our approach.
I think it's worth going a bit more into the strategic advice service that we offer. We actually come in, hold a few workshops with you to first of all look at your business process and try to understand the quality of service, the pain points that you have, and a future vision of how you would like that to be. And that's more around how you're providing value to your customer. But then the other part is we do an exercise in understanding your value stream in terms of making change and trying to see exactly where the problems, the pain points are, and working with you to see how we can alleviate those pain points and coming up with strategies, advising you on the actual mechanisms to make that better, and even supporting you in making it better.
And the outcome of those workshops, normally we end up with a plan. A plan that we find that is feasible. We try to avoid those kind of, how can I say, very aspirational goals that are never achievable.
Pie in the sky.
Exactly. So this is very, very important. Modernization approach is to be realistic. It's to be pragmatic in what can be achieved and have a more concrete steps in how to get there. So this is also the outcome of some of those workshops. We tailor that for the problem that we have. And then also what we help to do in terms of larger organizations with a lot of changes that they want to make is to create what we call a continuous improvement program. Because any company that relies on software, regardless of the current state of their software, they know that they will need to evolve those software. So doing that in a more strategic way through a continuous improvement program can be a very good way to do that in a controlled manner without too much disruption. So this is another thing that we can work with them. And then there are more specific approaches as well. Some clients know exactly the areas that they want to address, and then we can be more focused.
A concrete example of helping our clients where they have a specific problem that they have identified is we are working for a highly regulated client who need to still be able to have a good continuous delivery and deployment pipeline, but it needs to be compliant. And what we've done is work with them closely to understand the compliance requirements and created a reference delivery and deployment pipeline and a production platform as well. And now we are working with them to apply this reference platform to one of their projects so that we can gather the feedback and improve this reference so that they can then roll that out to all of the other systems.
Yeah, and this is an interesting approach because a lot of organizations have more teams. They have a lot of different teams and people working on their systems and pipelines. So creating a reference architecture or a reference pipeline can help a lot to spread the knowledge across the organization. This is what we've done also in another project, but now more on the architecture side, on the design application. We are working with a very large monolith, and that we need to restructure that to make it more easy to maintain, more easy to test, and of course, release more often. In order to do that, this is exactly what we've done, but now on the software design and architecture side. We sat down with their main architects and team leads and the business people, and we decided which area to focus first, and a modernization team from Codurance came in so that we could focus in a core area of the system to create a reference architecture first. The problem of this work is because it's not always easy to understand what needs to be done. So you need to get your hands dirty. You need to start looking at the code and start, okay, give us some time just to run some experiments so that we can derive an approach to modernize the system. And this is exactly what we've done. The outcome was a reference architecture that now can be rolled out to other teams as well. Another aspect of creating a reference architecture is that you need to roll that out to teams. But for that, this is not always quite so simple. As part of the work that we do with our teams, we also establish a new ways of working. So it's quite important for us, as we are doing some technical work, that we establish a good rhythm, a good cadence. And this is also part of the learnings and what we try to share with our clients, because we need to learn some ways of working that would fit the specific organization, but also help the other teams from the organization to adopt that ways of working as well. So this is also part of the work that we do.
Some really helpful practical advice that we're wrapping up with, and that's definitely what we've talked about the whole series, is those practical ways to apply strategy and activity to get you to that place where you can start to put that bespoke team in place to help you achieve those opportunities or solve those problems that we talked about really early on. So, well, I've thoroughly enjoyed all the conversations. So thank you for joining me, and thank you to Steve and Jose that have joined us on previous episodes as well. If anything in the series has kind of resonated, or kind of like you feel you want to talk to Codurance more about, please get in touch. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to carry on the conversation. So please just email us at hello@codurance.com, or reach out via other means, via our website. We're always willing to talk to you and help you solve some of the challenges and problems that have been discussed across the different episodes. So thank you. And we look forward to seeing you again on a Codurance series very soon.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.